G'day guys, this is CW from the land down under. Thanks once again for tuning in. ErgoHack Fest, it's just around the corner, kicking off on May the 9th. ErgoHack Fest this time will be held over a 3-week period, which is a huge extension to the previous hackathons, which were held over a weekend. The theme would have to be around all things DeFi this time, so that now pretty much opens up all options crypto related. We're hoping to have a number of working Dapps, bounties completed, and tutorials completed throughout this period. So I'll also have to mention we've received a good number of submissions to date, which is amazing to see the community getting on board. So if you're on a little on the fence about what to get involved in, we have a number of suggested ideas for the ErgoHack Fest on the ergohack.io website. So jumping over to the ErgoHack website. Here we are. This is the landing page, and I'd just like to point out this little quote we've got here. Through these events, though these events started out as competitions, one of the greatest outcomes has been the retention and expansion of the community developers actively working to build DeFi on Ergo. So everyone who sort of comes and joins the ecosystem, they're pulled in by Ergo's gravitational force, and people, well, myself included, find it hard to escape. Not that I want to. So just scrolling down, we've got the prize pools here. So first place, 10,000 SigUSD. And then also, just like to point out as well that this ErgoHack is co-sponsored and co-hosted by Ergopad. So they're putting up 180,000 total Ergopad. And first place gets an allocation of 100,000 Ergopad. Second place, 6,000 SigUSD and 50,000 Ergopad, and third place 2,000 SigUSD and 30,000 Ergopad. So also additional prizes include several honorable mentions worth a couple of hundred SigUSD each and 100 Ergopad. You have the chance to win the prizes above, but then also get a job interview in the fastest growing ecosystem that we would like to think anyway. Ergo's pumping at the moment, so it's really great to see. Also take part in the large-scale projects which change the market, obviously Ergo. Everything else building on top of Ergo as well. Ergopad's going through the roof at the moment with projects launching on the IDOs, etc. Find like-minded people to create your project team and feel like a real entrepreneur. Get assistance and guidance from the expert team, so all the core developers will jump in and help out. But then also upgrade your skills and acquire new knowledge, learning a new language. So the schedule kicking off on May the 9th. So join the ErgoHack Discord server, 9 to 15. So we've got an independent team preparation, including brainstorming for team proposals. 6 to the 29th, start prototyping. So build all away. And then May 30th, submit your solutions and have the opportunity to get your prizes. So I touched on the suggested ideas earlier. Jumping over to the About tab, we've got some nice little information here. So anyone seeking more information in regards to developer resources, ErgoScript resources, etc., we've got some links here. So we've got the Ergo Docs links. We've got the Discord server itself, some suggested participant prerequisites, a number of different programming languages such as JavaScript, TypeScript, C++, Rust, Scala, ErgoScript, Kotlin, and Java. Got the ErgoScript by example repo on the GitHub, the ErgoScript white paper itself, and then Nonreal has provided a ErgoScript JS template on their repo. So also in addition to this, Glasgow's put together a really amazing resource like Ergo Docs. So this compiles examples and then also this sort of information here. So jumping into the suggested ideas for the ErgoHack, the yield protocol. So on-chain lending with interest rate discovery. So this basically bonds and things like that. So having people being able to buy at a discount and potentially sell at a premium and vice versa. So we've got an example here from Scala Hub on the Ergo Forum website. So next we've got the Dexi USD, modeling and implementation of Dapps. So Dexi USD is a stablecoin of sorts. So it's designed to trade within a range, and then traders can have arbitrage opportunities to sell and buy at a different, like once again with a premium or at a loss. So that's hopefully going to peg the price and keep it relatively stable. So building out now the Ergo Oracle Pools 2.0. So got a couple of bounties here. So finishing the back end, so tasks with bounties are attached to the GitHub. By all means, jump over there. Ergo Pools and Ergo Pools 2.0 are more data providers. So as you can tell, there is a number of, there's two Oracle Pools active at the moment. The the ErgUSD pair, but then also the USD ETH pair. We'd like to see more data pairs being brought to life. For example, gold here. You could have oil prices. Yeah, the sky's the limit. By all means, go crazy over there. We've got another idea for a tutorial on how to use Nautilus with Adap. So that's basically integrating a Nautilus wallet into Adap. So having that sort of tutorial there for any other developers in the future, they can just jump on there and integrate Nautilus quite easily. So use cases for existing tools and tutorials on to combine them. So we've got the Raffles and Zero Knowledge Treasury. So imagine having a raffle paid to the Zero Knowledge Treasury, which then could potentially fund Ergo-linked projects. There's lots of different use cases like that. So we'd like to see people experiment and build out the existing tool set. Spend assigned currencies. So that's basically, as my understanding, is signing on behalf of a different person or a different entity. So you might allocate a 100 erg limit to be able to spend on behalf of someone signing ErgoLend requests, etc. So on to variations of the JED stablecoin protocol and the SigUSD implementation aiming to make reserve coins more attractive. I think that's quite self-explanatory, especially with the SIG RSV situation at the moment where it's not the most profitable to hold SIG RSV. So it'd be nice to make those incentives a lot more attractive to hold the reserve coins. Moving on, we've got the improvements of the oracles used by SigUSD. Quite simple there. We've got variations of the JED stablecoin protocol and the SigUSD implementation aiming to make it more resilient against oracle delays. Then we've got best fees on L2, Ergo Fund, building that out. So moving on to the local economic trading system, or LETS, we can have that developed and built out. So we can have technical setup, the currency, credit limits, the governance, all set up for the best practices. So there's a detailed discussion on the forum. As you can see, there's a link there. So on to Umbrel for Ergo, having an Umbrel type service built out to strengthen the network decentralization, adoption, and encourage privacy by interfacing with the node directly instead of with a third party. So an Umbrel service is basically a self-sovereign server instead of hosting infrastructure in the cloud. Next up, we've got an unstoppable news feed. That's pretty important in times like this with geopolitical unrest. We're going to have a constant feed of information that isn't censored. Improvements to the Ergo app kit, so basic library for constructing a transaction, building off-chain logic on top of Java and JVM languages. So moving on now, having a decentralized search engine. I think that goes without saying. That's definitely needed within the industry or internet as a whole. We have some very large centralized actors at the moment taking charge of everything. Next up is a multi-sig wallet, a visualization tool for constructing multi-signatures. I think that the community will benefit a lot from that. And then a couple of little fun ones. So we've got the Ergo bets. So it's a dynamic, on-demand, self-deployable smart contract for sport bets. Take that central trusted entity out and go from there. So we've got some more ideas one can find on the Discord server. So jump over and have a look and join the discussion. So moving on now, we've got the resource section. So if you want to jump over here and you want to know everything about ErgoScript or UTXO, etc., for example, We have some resources here. You can jump in and explore the ecosystem. Just have to point out as well, we've got the video tutorials which are up on ErgoDoc as well, like I was just touching on earlier. They're a great resource put together by the Deco team, so by all means check those ones out. So onto registration. The link is on the ergohack.io website. Just be mindful to remember to fill out all fields on the registration form so it's accepted. Then jump into the Ergo Discord to introduce yourself and get involved in the conversation. Hopefully a number of these suggested ideas can be completed as we all continue to build out and contribute to the Ergo ecosystem. Cheers guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you around.